O&O MVP, the one and only Michael Venom Page, and we're here with another back. O&O MVP, third time's a charm. O&O MVP, the one and only Michael Venom Page, back with another Technique Tuesday. So, this time, I'm gonna call it just pulling strings. Some people may have heard me speak on attaching strings before, and I'll do a longer video on that another time. Yeah, so you got attaching strings and you got pulling strings. Yeah, now pulling strings allows you to set things up. I'm gonna give you two pull of the strings. Yeah, two moves that you can adjust people's movements towards you. Now, what I like to do is just throw a jab, boom. Jabs are always, I always say it's underestimated. You can use this to just set up just loads of stuff. It's just a slight distraction. It's not always to try and cause damage or inflict damage. You just put something in front of your opponent's way and adjust your movement or adjust something behind the jab. So as I jab now, I'm going to just slightly step to the side. So if you just watch my feet, as I jab forward, and now I'm going to reset off the line that I was on. Yeah. So if I use this line here to demonstrate, the jab, me going forward, when I move back, I'm slightly offline, which means my opponent was on that line. When they adjust to get back in line with me, a lot of people don't necessarily measure the distance back. So, for example, I step forward a certain amount, and I step back less than I step forward. When they return after the jab, they are in perfect jabbing position. Yeah, because they're even a few inches makes a difference. They're a lot closer than they expected to be, just because of that subtle movement. And that is the easiest pull of the string. I go boom, bah, and I can land. That second jab is way heavier than the first jab, just because I've pulled that string slightly. I'm not in that same line. A lot of people like to do everything just in line drills and come back, but sometimes that slight adjustments allows you to get that little bit closer, especially when I don't go back as much as I went forward. Yeah? So again, land the jab, adjust back. I haven't gone all the way back, and I've adjusted the line. So they're no longer in punching position. They can't hit me here, but if they want to hit me, they have to adjust it. So that's me pulling their string now. And they're not measuring the distance that I've moved back, and that's when I land my next jab or land my jab cross. Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything heavy. I'm just doing a slight movement just to land that jab. The second pull of the string, for me, slightly more effective and puts them in a slightly more dangerous position. I'm going to use the line again just so you completely understand. Land the jab just as the generic setup. I'm going to step and change stance this way. Yeah, so the first one was just off the same line in the same stance. The second one is completely changing stance. Now the reason I do that is when your opponent tracks you, they usually track you in the wrong position. And what I mean is, for those who understand orthodox versus southpaw, if I was southpaw, which is what I switched to, this is southpaw, my right leg's forward, and my opponent's orthodox, if they step trying to track me and their foot ends up on the inside of my foot, they're in danger of my backhand. Boom, big shot. Yeah? If they stay in the same line, it's fine. Yeah, so we're constantly trying to fight, trying to get each other's foot on the outside of each other's foot. But this is an easy way to get them into that position because they've seen me as orthodox. So then I boom, land my jab and adjust. They track me. Now their foot, as they're tracking me, their foot's gone on the inside of mine because they're trying to track me this way and cut me off. Which what most people do is a good student is going to try and cut you off. And as they do that, they're in line for my backhand, which is now my power hand. Yeah? So those are two key pull of the strings. One simple, land the shot, just offline, don't go as far back in the same stance, land the shot, change stance, allow your opponent to track you, and the second they track you a little bit too fast, they're in line for your backhand. Nice and simple. I've got many attachments of the strings, many pulls of the strings. We're going to start nice and basic, get practicing that. Make sure you comment, ask questions. I'm loving the feedback at the moment, it's good. I'm going to reply to some of them as well. Comment down below. tap the bell for notifications for the new video, and make sure you subscribe, man. Back your boy. Alright, on to the next.